Bill Syrios, author of Intimate Conversations for Couples, and I want to talk about a key issue when we're relating to the one we love. Now, this is the one I love. I've been married to Teresa now for 37 years. We have a lot of things very similar that we appreciate about each other. But let me tell you, there's a lot of differences as well. As a matter of fact, you know, I think we should have met each other on eHarmony.com, but instead we found each other on eOppositesAttract.com. Well, I bet you with the one that you love, there's some similarities, but there's also many differences. As a matter of fact, I think we tend to make friends out of our similars. The people who we like to hang around with, who empathize with us, who like to understand life the same way we do. That's why we make friendships. But you know what? We often make love relationships with our opposites. The people that are different than us, the people that see life differently, that appreciate different things. We're drawn to those people because we see the strengths in their lives. And we're drawn to those strengths because oftentimes we have the same kind of weaknesses that they have as strengths and vice versa. Well, that's great, right? Until we get married. And then those very things that attracted us to the other person tends to repel us now. It's like, why can't you see things the way I do? Why don't you like the same things I do? Why don't you participate in what I like to do? Well, that's when we find out is that we have, even though we're similar people, we also are very different. I've got two frames here. It kind of represents the differences that we bring in our relationship as it deepens. So this frame is, we'll say this is Teresa, it's the prettier frame. The things that she would say right down on the inside of this frame would be the ways that she feels loved. And I'll bet you what? They're very different than the things I would write down on my frame in terms of the ways I feel loved. You know, on her love frame are things like thoughtful gestures and love notes and keeping her in the loop. You know, on my frame, a lot of the things are frighteningly straightforward, and they're a three-letter word, okay? They revolve around sex and passion. So the question is, can we love each other in the way that that person feels loved? Because let's say I do a lot of things for Teresa, like I'm a pretty verbal person, so I can tell her I love you a lot. But the problem is that really doesn't speak to her heart as much as if she's gardening in the backyard and I come out and I partner with her. That is love to her. And the same is true for me. She can do all kinds of nice things. Fold the clothes, make dinner, etc., etc. I appreciate those things. They're very thoughtful. But you know what? Those don't connect with me in my inner soul as, oh, you really love me. So, as we relate to each other, we have got to know what's in each other's love frame. Or we're going to be doing nice things for each other, but not things where they really feel loved. We're going to go into that a little deeply on the next video and talk about what's in our love frame and what's in our partner's love frame.